Hello and welcome back to the VR Master League, where today we will be bringing you the first EU cast of the season. This is the Unit versus Dead Logic. I'm kind of expecting some things from Dead Logic. They do have some recognizable names on the team, on their side, or other names that at least I recognize, and they've kind of been around for quite a while. They've been around, I think, since the end of Season 6, but they never officially played in it. So they've been practicing, they've been scrimming up, getting ready for their first foray into the league with this here Season 7. This is their first official match, and it's against the Unit, which I think is a pretty nice matchup. The Unit has also been around the block in the league. They've been around, they were in the previous Pack 1 back probably Season 5-ish, something around there, and they certainly have the experience, but interesting to see who actually can come out on top here, because Dead Logic, no information on them. The Unit, they got the experience. We'll just have to wait and see. But before we get into the match, we can get into the bans first. Not really any surprising bans here coming out from the Unit, the home team here. We do have a ban of Tanker, or rather not Tanker, rather. It is in fact a ban of Subway. Very similar maps. For the second ban from Dead Logic, we have a ban of Downfall. Again, not really surprising. Quite a lot of teams do not feel comfortable on Downfall, and Subway is just Subway. First map pick here, this is going to be the Unit's map pick. It is a very neutral suburbia. This should definitely be an exciting map to start off with. I imagine we'll see some possibly high-octane players coming out from the unit. It does kind of feel like that would be something they would prefer to do in this kind of scenario. Should be hopping into the match very shortly now. Both teams are in the lobby readied up, and we can also kind of show you what kind of roster we're going to be having for today on both of these sides. We start in here. Side of the unit, we do have Moxam, Jamie, me sideways, Nick, Lone Miyagi. Lone Miyagi, I imagine, is going to be doing some serious damage along with his friend Jamie, the other members too, and then Keezer, Soz, Ballistic Bob, Angel, Neox. It's not Kier on the side of Dead Logic. Also, kind of fresh faces. We'll have to see what kind of damage they can do. But here we go into this first round of the first map for the unit versus Dead Logic. Follow the kind of thoughts of both teams here. Dropping some drum mags, starting off with Nogga's start for the unit here. The LMG moving up the western side, that's kind of an interesting move. Inside the smoke, a good position. Surprising to see an LMG, or rather, is that... Oh, it's a FAMAS, that's a much rarer pick then. Very few people taking a FAMAS on any map, let alone Suburbia. 3-round burst is very questionable. A lot of suppressive and pre-fire coming out from the unit here. I want to try and get some early picks through the bushes, through the fences, any common positions that might take. I imagine Nick is going to be aware that Keezer Soz could be in that kind of the truck area in the smoke. It's a very common position. Maybe he won't. Some suppressive fire coming out from Dead Logic as well towards the center of the map. No clear target, so he's just right, kind of trying to spook them out a little bit. If you can. So far, this is kind of looking like the unit's trying for an eastern offensive here. That nade is pretty solid. That could take down It's Not Kier. It's a little bit too far. It does damage him, but it does not take him down. It's a very long-range damaging nade. Kind of impressive there. It's Not Kier could do some damage from this position. Jamie is available to spot him through the bush. However, if he just manages to keep his head just above the bush, he could potentially take down Moxam if he decides to move out into the open without the cover of smoke. We have a nade coming out from him though. No effect at all. Not going anywhere near far enough. Giving away his position. I imagine we'll see a counter nade coming out here. Just to try and reconfirm on It's Not Kier. The shots though, they are coming out from It's Not Kier. He takes down Moxam. Jamie desperately trying to take him down in the refrag, but absolutely no shots landing. I think they're all just taking the sandbag really.
Grenade.
Another nade coming out from Lone Miyagi on the center. Again, absolutely no effect. More nades coming out from the west though. It's actually a smoke. And a pretty dead on 2 smokes actually. That's going to allow Jamie to get to the school bus on the far eastern side. The west has also started to move. It's Not Kier is redirecting that smoke. And much more nades coming over the west side as well. Keezer, Soz and Nick here just around the corner from each other. It's a little bit of a tense stand-up, and Nick has no idea. Going around the corner, sees and pops a shot off, but it's not enough as he gets taken down. It's Not Kier picks up Jamie. Keezer, Soz goes down, and Neox takes down Lone Miyagi too. Now it's just a 1v4. Dead Logic having a dominating performance on this first round. That me sideways is going for the revive onto... Oh no, he's not. He's not going for the revive onto Lone Miyagi, but he might be able to take down Neox here. Spraying through the bush does take him down. And he's going to continue to move along the east side. Maybe going to try and loot off some bodies. He does have plenty of time to really do anything he wants to. Is he going to actually try and pull that off? It's Not Kier in an interesting position on that porch. We have a sight line on me sideways though. Very interesting pathway from me sideways here, walking straight out into the open. Somehow It's Not Kier has not spotted him though. Ballistic Bob has, and he gets taken down. And it's going to allow Dead Logic to take that first round again. Quite a dominating performance. Honestly, not what I expected, but the first round is not always indicative of the following rounds. There's always a warm-up period. This is the first match for both of these teams, though very much the first match for Dead Logic more than the units. I imagine the unit has been getting some scrims in, possibly even some against Dead Logic. It would be a nice opponent just to kind of gauge out before the season would have started. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Who knows? Again, going back to the kind of thoughts I had on Dead Logic being the unknown factor here, I think this is what's causing the unit some grief from that first round, because you had the positions from the Dead Logic, which are pretty standard positions really. Any of time, it seems that they kind of just got a little bit too scared of the kind of unknowns of Dead Logic. They wanted to start it off a little bit slow before they went in kind of with their proper tactics, their proper movements along the side on the east, which the 3-2 split, it does kind of look like it's a smoke on the east and crossover to guns, but they didn't manage to pull that off, unfortunately, as of course they were kind of eviscerated by It's Not Care. Going in anyway to the second round. Unit may be able to redeem themselves here. It all depends. They can just pull off nice early picks and stop Dead Logic in their tracks completely.
Start here.
Taking a little bit of an aggressive move from It's Not Care, pushing pretty hard straight up to the corner. Moxham not going to try and peek through the bush though. Jules also getting pretty aggressive here. He might get taken down by Moxham. Potential for a triple kill. Oh no, double kill. Almost looked like three names then. Very aggressive move from Keys of Swords, moving straight to the center of the map. Somehow Moxham has restrained himself from standing up here. Almost lying down on his floor in his play space right now. He's tapping on his radio. He is aware that there are enemies nearby and he's standing up now. May be able to get the picks off. He's actually going to throw a nade over towards east. That could be a double. There he goes too far, bounces off. That has given away his position, however. We just need the communication from Neox, and It's Not Care to kind of call out to Angel and also Keys the Source that there is one guy over here. It does not appear that that communication is coming out. It's a hell of a standoff so far between Moxham and possibly the entirety of the enemy team. The man's getting a little bit antsy. He's kind of fiddling with his controllers. I imagine he may be fighting the urge to stand up, because it's always an urge you have to stand up here. Nice long range nade landing on top of the pool roof. Zero effect, however. And we see a nade from Angel here. He could take down Nick here if it's well placed, or possibly low Miyagi. Goes the long range nade. It's actually a smoke. It looked like a nade in his hand, but apparently not. No, definitely 4 nades, smokes, and It's Not Care going out. Angel goes down. Moxham finally gets a pick. It trades with It's Not Care. There's a revive possible for the unit. He's going to be calling out the info as well. And the push over the eastern side also appears to be happening with more smokes, but they appear to be a little bit butchered. Moving pretty aggressively straight out to the corner. The same thing that the member of the unit did at the end of the last round. Nobody really here to contest him except for Nick, though. He's way out in the open, most likely going to get taken down, but no, it's the other way around. Neox and Ballistic Bob both go down along with Keys of Soz. A nice double for Nick there, and a nice clean end to the round for the unit, seemingly coming back with a vengeance. Now, I think that's what I was predicting from the previous round, that the unit would, you know, they start warming up a little bit. They kind of take their rightful place back as a more experienced team in the league. Possibly they'll trade some more rounds with Deadlogic, but I'm kind of thinking that unit are going to try and pull ahead on this map here. Maybe try and go for a camp depending on the objective. Let's take a look. It's going to be a garage objective. I can't imagine there'll be a cap coming out here then. But the unit is definitely going to want to pull ahead here because the first round they do not want to repeat of that. That was quite a brutal loss for them. As long as they can stay in their current headspace of taking this round with the 4 guys up with 1 down in a trade, they should be doing very good in the following rounds and possibly in the following maps. And for the following maps, I'm not even sure what we could be seeing here. Double was banned, Downfall was banned. Still have Quarantine, Cargo, and Bazaar. Only picked 2 of those, so they're going to forego the larger map Quarantine and just go for the small like Cargo. Bazaar almost certainly going to get picked, a neutral map. Both teams most likely going to be pretty comfortable with it. I'm not entirely sure. I am kind of feeling the Cargo. I'm feeling the Cargo from the unit. They have picked that in the past. It's a hard choice. But regardless, we're going into the 3rd round now. The 3rd round, which is starting with the unit on the defense, on the offense rather. Deadlogic on that defense. Bob carrying that PKM. Serious damage with it.
Yeah, but if you can,
Let's just take. I'm gonna rush straight into it.
Oh, okay. I said there was going to be no caps, and Mox is going straight into the center house, I believe. He's rushing straight through. He's moving at an incredible speed, 10 seconds, and he's already past the center point. He's going straight for center house. He's going to try and take Ballistic Bob off guard. Has slowed down once he got to the door. Doesn't want to give away his position too early, but they kind of rush straight through. Not really too useful now. Kind of abandoned any surprise he may have had. Take a look at the map overhead. Deadlogic kind of favouring the eastern defense here. That west side goes down. It could spell disaster if they have some well-placed smokes from the unit. They could walk straight across the street and get into the garage before anyone even realises. And speaking of the garage, there is nobody, absolutely nobody on Deadlogic that could quickly contend with somebody that's on the jet. Oh no, he is there. It's just a very, very unorthodox spot. I thought he was on the 2nd floor, but apparently not. Very unorthodox spot from Angel there. He's slowly starting to snake through. He's going to try and link up with Moxam, I imagine. Jamie with a long range angle. What's the going inside the windows? All of the units seemingly waiting for some key event, possibly waiting for the time to tick down. They can pull out some kind of coordinated play. We are seeing some maybe smokes getting thrown by Moxam here, yeah. Smoke is primed and he's throwing it straight over the house. That's a perfect smoke to block the view from the center house and the objective. That's going to be good for him to rush up the stairs. It's not clear though. Peeks the corner, gets taken down. Moxam going to continue moving through the center house. He wants to take the 2nd floor. More smokes coming from the east-hand side. Moxam continuing to move up. The rest of Deadlogic getting kind of antsy. Ballistic Bob just narrowly gets missed. Making for noise. Ballistic Bob knows he's up on this 2nd floor now. Cannot afford to really rush out here. He just needs to stand up and continue to watch out the window. Make sure no one can cross over the objective. The unit are kind of wasting these smokes here. Ballistic Bob does get a little bit aggressive. Moxam misses the shots. And it's actually a trade between the two. Moxam flounders his opportunity quite magnificently there. And now it's just left up to Sideways and Miyagi on the east-hand side. And possibly Nick to go and get the revive. That's C4? C4 from Neox? I was wondering why he went down just so silently. That did appear to be C4 from Neox. Taking down low Miyagi. A very well placed one though. Going to get instantly revived by Jamie. And they are going to be aware of Neox. He's being very aggressive, moving out here sideways. Should see him, but he doesn't. Lo and behold, he's going to get spotted by Neox, taken down. Sideways flips back and gets him in a refrag. And now we're into a 3v2. Make that a 4v2 soon. There you go. Moxon picked up by Jamie, the double revive. We're left with Keys of Souls and Angel here. The only two members remaining on Deadlogic, and they on the other side of the street. The unit have all of the height advantage. They have all of the kind of map advantage. Keys of Souls, I expect, is going to experience the bad end of a fragmentation grenade very shortly. Nick is seemingly being very aggressive, pushing up the west there. Keys of Souls needs to stand up and take him down, but he appears to be quite hesitant in doing so. He's waiting for him to come around the corner along with Angel, but he turns his back at the wrong moment. If he rushes around now, it could be bad. It could spell devastation for Deadlogic. That's a solid smoke. A solid smoke that's almost going to perfectly block vision. Unfortunately, didn't bounce off the wall just enough. He's going to move forward and try and deal with Nick there. But no, the smoke is pretty solid, actually. Nick's running straight through. He does get spotted, but it's not enough. He's on the objective. He's going to try and deal with Angel. No, he's not. Going for a cap. Angel comes around the corner, takes him down. Almost doesn't spot him. Keys of Swords rushing back into the house. Does get away in time. Jamie going for the objective. A team kill from Sideways, and almost a team kill from Deadlogic too. The Sideways, though, going in from the behind of the house. He might be trying to take a cap from behind. He takes down Angel. Now it's just Keys of Soz left on the objective. Sideways could cap from the outside here, but no, he's just going to clean up, get the kill onto Keys of Soz, and wrap that round up for the unit, and they will pull ahead with the 1-point lead. See some chatter in the chat about how kind of the league layout works. If we just hop into the scoreboard, I can explain how this kind of works out. So every week you get a match lined up against you against a similar team in your division. On the MMR score, that's how it defines similar, kind of your win-loss ratio, how well you've won matches. It's weird. Nobody understands it, not even Dakin. So you get a match assigned to your week. You also get a challenge which you can use against any team in the league within your kind of MMR range. So you can't challenge super low range teams or super high range teams. You will play these matches at a specified time that you've agreed upon with the other team. You will do that until you get to the end of the season, usually about 14 weeks. And then you will go into several stages of the tournaments, with the first stage going to be wild card tournament, where you have all of the lower ranked teams that did not get into the top 8 of rather top 7 teams of that worldwide standings. It's quite complicated. There is a section on the league website that I will probably just post in the chat. But we are going in now. I can do that at a later time. There is lots of information about how the league kind of works out, how things run smoothly, and how things work in general on the league website, vrmasterleague.com/onward. There is a rules section, and you can also go to honors tab at the top, and it'll kind of, you can click on the championships and it'll give you a rundown of how they work. Going into the 4th round, the unit could get another point here and pull ahead quite dramatically. Two guys inside the center, some early shots, and actually almost took someone down. I think he had to duck back. 2 of them actually. They are going to get across relatively safely. If Strajak's in chat, and I see him here as the previous co-captain of the team we were on, he'd be very angry at what we're seeing here with Angel and Keys and Soz, 2 members grouped up right next to each other in a very dangerous spot. 1 nade and they could lose 2 in an insta-kill. Very glitchy tablet from Moxham here. Definitely giving away his position there, assuming it's not a cast-aside visual bug. Oh, there's just a lot of blind fire coming out here. Quite some dangerous one as well, just over Ballistic Bob's heads. I'm going to be Ballistic very shortly. Interesting smoke there from Jamie. The smoke onto the Humvee, not really doing anything at all. It's blocking the vision, but there's no real need for the vision to be blocked there. In fact, it's a double smoke. No, just a failed grenade. Questionable moves from the unit here, though. This smoke may be even worse for the unit, as the Dead Logic can use it to their advantage, possibly even redirect it even further up, so they can move forward some more, and that is going to be exactly what happens. But it bounces off the Humvee immediately. Another redirected smoke, totally wasted, throwing it over towards Angel and the other member on the east side here. Jamie returning some more fire, takes down Kier. More shots coming through the wood, almost takes him down. He's going to have to heal, and he's alerting the rest of his team. They are going to be fully aware of the dangers that are now posed from the east-hand side of the map. Oh, the double nade, exactly what I was talking about. The double nade takes down Kizasos and Angel. The spacing not quite enough, and Moxham is just going to attempt to clean up, though, not getting the confirmations just yet. That's why you always got to check your spacing. One nade can spell devastation for your team. Now it's just Ballistic Bob, and who is his friend, his member on the east-hand side? Oh no, he's rotated back. This is solid. It's Neox, and he's going to be looking for the revives onto Kizasos and Angel. Moxham does not know that they are not finished off yet, so as long as all three of them stay silent, there could potentially be a double revive coming out just here. Moxham's peeking around the corner. This is dangerous. They are both talking, and he's going to get Angel up first. Successfully gets that, now looking for Kizasos. Kizasos, Moxham lets the double kill slip away, and he doesn't peek it fully either. Very, very unfortunate. All three members going to get away scot-free with a double revive. Exactly what Dead Logic need for here. Kaiser Soze, alright, Strashek, I got ya. Kaiser Soze, I'll call him Kaiser. That flows a lot better actually, and it's significantly easier to say in the middle of a firefight. Smoke's out here. He's going to try and smoke the tank carrier, or rather the black car, and he's going to have to try and tango with Nick and Moxham, and that's not going to be an easy task. They're both very well acquainted with defending the center house second floor. Gonna come around the corner, gonna get railed by Nick, absolutely demolished, cleaned out that first floor, and there is more shots coming from sideways as he takes down Angel, and now there's only two members of Dead Logic left. That resurrection has not worked out well for them, as now they're back to the same numbers as they were earlier. I think the only way this could become significantly worse is if Nick rushes out here and takes down Kizasos, or rather Kaiser. There you go. If he takes down Kaiser, it could spell disaster, but no, it's the other way around. Nick goes down from Kaiser, and both Kaiser and Ballistic are going to be moving straight through the first floor. It's only Moxham on the second and Low Miyagi on the far west side of the map that could potentially pose a danger to them. Kaiser's being so loud here. Low Miyagi, no, the team kill from Moxham. The team kill, he could have got a double, but unfortunately not. Ballistic Bob starting to move up here, rushing Moxham, going around the corner, takes him down with the spray of the LMG. Now it's a 2v2. They've evened it up with an almost 2k. It was actually only one kill, but the team kill counts as a 2k. Don't worry about it. And now the two remaining members of the unit are not in a very good position to defend the objective here. One smoke on me sideways, and he can kind of walk straight through, but he's not aware. There goes clear. There goes Keezer and Ballistic. Sideways and Jamie both on point there, and it's another point for the unit. They pull ahead even further. This kind of pattern of the first round going to Dead Logic and the 3 points afterwards going to the unit I've seen this pattern a lot of times, a dominating performance on the first round, slip-ups on the following 3 rounds, and then the team with the 1 round initially, they kind of pull ahead, try and take a comeback. I'm kind of feeling we'll see that again. I'm fully predicting, I'm dropping my pen here, fully predicting that we will see a Deadlogic round win here, take this to a bare minimum of 4-2, just to try and make things a little bit more entertaining for both sides here. I do say that, however, if we take a look very quickly at the following objective, hopping over to the gameplay here, that is a burning building objective, and this is not going to be very good for, not very good for Deadlogic at all. The unit are going to be prepared for this objective. They're doing a lot of planning in the tent now, I can be certain of that, and I imagine they're going to be going for a hard smoke, straight rush for the objective and try and clean things up quickly. That's entirely what I'm expecting. With a false start? No, yeah, we are in. There we go. Let's see what the unit's thinking here. I'm definitely thinking they're doing the rush. Maybe not. Maybe they aren't going for the rush. Oh, they're not, but they are going for the suppressive fire on the west-hand side. A very interesting defense from Deadlogic here. They're stacking center house instead of the objective. This is potentially disastrous. Deck is moving pretty aggressive. Kaiser goes down. Got 2 aggressive peek in the window. It's always dangerous. And Neox gets Nick again with the C4 play just in the pool. Expertly done from Neox there. C4 is such a strong device when used correctly. Some teams don't like it, I know. Danglers. It stops their rushes dead in their tracks. They're not fans of it. It's only working out well for Deadlogic here, and we may see the comeback I predicted. We may see it, despite my following expectations. The source still not been revived by Neox, weirdly. He could go up there, finish him off, or rather finish Nick off in the pool, and then go upstairs, get Kaiser back up, but he seems to be adamant in staying in his current position. This could be a big misplay for him. Not allowing Nick to be finished off and not getting his teammate up. Both of them may bleed out shortly, but I think Nick is going to be the one to get revived. Kaiser is just going to bleed out upstairs. There goes Moxham. He is picking up Nick. This is what they want. Neox hears the footsteps. He's checking the window. He knows they're out here. Maybe we'll see a nade from Deadlogic come over the center house and try and take both of them down. But they are dispersed. They are keeping their spacing nice and wide. And there's not going to be anything like that coming out here. Though Moxham might be able to take down Ballistic Bob. He's peeking up over the bush there. It's always a very dangerous play to do that. Just a smoke that's going to block the sight line. That's always a pretty solid move as well. That's going to allow Moxham to move up the western side of the house there. Meanwhile, the rest of the unit has kind of been solitary on the far right side of the map. They've not really moved much, been pretty quiet about it. Another smoke though. This one significantly worse than the previous one. Seeing the boundary of the map on the far southwest. Seems the unit are almost a little bit scared to act here. They could have moved in through the center house quite effortlessly with the smoke from Moxham, but they appear to be quite against it. And Jamie is still looking for an angle way back in the northeast. This is certainly interesting. Moxham is starting to move up pretty far towards the west though. He may be able to get in towards the spawn house if he so desires. Oh, and a Ballistic Bob has spotted him, and he takes him down. Moxham finished off with that far west. Now more smokes coming onto the tank. A lot of smokes. 5 smokes, in fact, on towards the tank now. They still do have to deal with Ballistic Bob, never mind. Downed by Nick, the center house cleared out, though Neox is still just outside on the porch. He needs to be taken down. And it's not Key that picks up Lone Miyagi with a long-range nade as well. Jamie going to try and take down. It's not Key. Takes down Sideways just before he can, but Jamie is capping. He gets the cap in time. It's the 5-1 for the unit. Very, very smooth play there. The distraction on the far east as Jamie goes in for the cap. Very smooth, and a questionable defense from Dead Logic there. Dominating performance from Sideways and the unit there. Sideways was 7-2. 7-2 is a very respectable score to have. We are loading into the second map here as well. It does appear my scores have momentarily broken. Very unfortunate. I'll have to fix that afterwards. You'll have to bear with the slightly out of center alignment there, just for a while. Do have the second map now. If we want to hop into the war room, we can show you what kind of map we're seeing. Just you want to rehash the bans there. That was a downfall ban from Dead Logic, and we do have the subway ban from the unit, in case you forgot from the first map. But for the second map now, we have the, as expected, bizarre pick coming out from Dead Logic. Nobody's surprised by this. It's the even map. It's the nice kind of long range, mid range, short range, all in one map. Nothing can really go wrong on it massively, unless you're kind of eclipsed by the enemy team. Suburbia, a very short range map in comparison. Maybe Dead Logic will pull ahead better on the medium range maps, or maybe the unit will just cement their hold even further here. Now we are just waiting for the unit to ready up. While we're waiting for them to ready up, we can kind of discuss the play styles of the Dead Logic team here, the new members. I think it's kind of a similar play style to the unit. They have some fast plays kind of deep inside their repertoire, I'd say. Just kind of as the experience of being pub lobby players for so long, comp lobby players, you kind of get used to the fast plays. The unit was also in the same bag for quite some time. I'm kind of expecting that. However, they seem to lack the confidence to actually pull those off, and lack the communication and coordination, most importantly, to pull them off successfully. So if they probably work on their kind of communication, work on their spacing, especially on Suburbia, it could work out very well for them in the future for those fast plays, and the slow plays will naturally get better and better as you go on with your communication and coordination, get your tactics and your positions lined up, and all things in that kind of vein of Onward tactically. Regardless, we're going to the first round, and this will be the one where we see what kind of tactics Dead Logic could pull out. And I heard a very familiar clanging. The very familiar clanging is Ballistic Bob with a shield sliding on the floor. That's an interesting one. I think I might have bugged it out.
We can make our way across fast enough.
I think that's my fault. That is not what the players are saying. I can be certain of. I mean, it's quite a comedic bug, to say the least. It's kind of flipping over on the floor. Very interesting. Imagine Ballistic Bob is going to be using this to scout out this window. You can see his hand holding it up, the ghost shield. He's looking for anyone they may be able to catch inside the center market or the Coyote building.
Yeah, okay. I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, I'm here.
I ain't seeing anything. The three members in the same building there. Now these two in the far northwest may be having some more action. This defense is quite an interesting one from the unit.
Keep an eye on that left.
Mostly eastern focused, though it's a western spawn that may cause some issues later on, but it is very adjustable as well. You've got the two guys back to back basically inside the objective building in the two separate rooms, possibly on the second floor. Now one guy up in the northeast just to the on the street there, that guy can go pretty much anywhere from his current location. He can head over towards the west quickly, he could rush to the east, he could do a flank if he so desires. It's a very adjustable position that may work out very well for the unit.
Quickly cross over into that bin and make sure nobody's hiding behind that wall anywhere. Whenever you feel it.
When we go across, I'm going to smoke out the right side and we're going to go left. There's a bit of diversion, you know? Okay? Obviously go first. Right, we're about to go now. 5 seconds.
Hey, the shield fixed. Good times. And they are getting the smokes out as well. Quite long range ones. Not really sure what the point of them is, though. It's actually pretty solid, that one that bounced off the power pole right there. It's allowing him to move up the western side without being spotted by Moxham 92 there. Lone Miyagi's going to be the main threat for them on the western side. He's going to probably throw a nade over here once he hears the chatter and the clanking of the shield. No, his first blood is going to go to the unit as he takes down Keys Assault on the northwest. A very dangerous angle and a very nice play, just kind of almost proning on the roof here. More shots coming from Jamie as he takes down Angel. More shots from Nick, just confirming that body in the far northwest. And a nade could be devastating! It's devastating, and a triple kill from Moxham. Oh, that is not what Deadlogic needed. It's just one man left now. One man Neox. All left in the western courtyard on his lonesome. A fantastic nade from Moxham there. Totally shutting down anything that Deadlogic wanted to do there. And there was an insta-kill in there as well. Utterly beautiful. But regardless, Neox is not phased. He knows how much time is remaining. He has a lot of time. He's in a really good position to actually push through here. In fact, if he got his tablet out now and moved silently, he could, in theory, go round the back, walk to the objective and cap it. There is nobody stopping him from doing this. As long as he stays silent, Miyagi won't peek out. Nick won't see him if he moves tight along the wall. And boom, he's on the objective. That's spooking me. That's very much spooking me. He's getting the callouts from his friends in the far southwest of the center market as well. And he's staying silent, and he's going straight through to the objective. Yeah, this is incredibly risky, but it could pay off massively. They could potentially even get a cap here, despite the horrific triple kill nade of earlier. He's now on the objective with nobody on the unit to contest him here. He's getting the tablet out. He's making the noise. They're definitely going to be aware now. Nick rushing down, trying to get the kill. Or rather, he's not. He's totally unaware. Neok's going to get the cap here. The cap to get the 2 points after that triple kill nade. That's unbelievable. The blunder from the unit there. Deadlogic are going to be happy with that. Catastrophic. They could not have allowed that to happen, but they did. They're going to be feeling happy on the side of Deadlogic. Absolutely. Their first cap in a league match. They're going to be very happy about that. And it's against a team that's quite substantially higher ranked than them currently. I have a feeling they're going to be trying to take that pace, and they're going to try and bring that into the following rounds and possibly take Bazaar. Unbelievable. I want to take another look at that grenade, so if we just head to a replay quickly. Ignore that, that is not what we're looking for. This one is, however. Oh, no, it's not. This one is. There we go. Nick finishing off that body in the northwest. See the nade fly over. Oh, rather, you can't. That was Jamie taking off Angel. Now you see the nade starting to fly over. You can see just out the corner and the triple. Absolutely disgusting from Moxham. Perfect airburst. Airburst so powerful in this game. Nice lines of sight from the grenade onto all of their heads. If we take a look at the following cap here, you can see Neox just walks in with no one to contest the line of sight. And somehow, Nick doesn't hear Neox take out his tablet that's coming just up here. He gets onto the objective, puts down his gun, he gets the tablet out, changes the hands, and Nick is still unaware. And that's a pretty fast cap as well, let's see. That's about a 5-second cap, that's very respectable as well. Maybe the unit's definitely going to have to look out very closely for Dead Logic now. They're going to be possibly a rival for them. Going into the second round here. Second round. And Dead Logic has pulled away dramatically and they're on the vault ground. They stand a good chance of being able to get a 3-point lead here. It appears that the unit has agreed to rush in. They're going straight through on the eastern side, going for the cap, I see. It's probably the best maneuver for them. They could potentially get an early pick as well onto Kier here. The shots do ring out, but it's not enough. Neox actually picks up sideways the very nice early angle. Neox seriously doing good for his team here, and he's going to try and push in. He's going to try and take down Nick as well. He's moving into the bloom, but it's Kier who takes down Nick instead. Neox going to continue to move out, trading fire between Moxham and Kier. Neox could do so much damage from this single position here. He has the eastern side locked down. The rush of the unit totally shut down. The nade coming out from Moxham, unfortunately, goes too far. The rest of the unit has retreated off, though. Jamie picks up Angel on the far western side. That's a very strange move from Angel there, moving very far away from the objective. We are getting the flank from Kier. That is the correct move, trying to envelop them, stick them inside the the concrete panels of the scaffolding. Neox might be able to try and contest here with Moxham. He must have heard the footsteps. He's just around the corner, but he gave away his position talking on the radio. Going around the corner at the same time, and it's Neox who comes out on top. He's going to be looking for Miyagi now. He's on a roll here. 1 captain, 2 kills so far. Now he's looking for Miyagi, going around the corner. He doesn't spot him. He puts his gun down. He walks straight past. Miyagi whiffs the shot. Neox spins around, and it's a trade between the two. Another believable whiff from Miyagi there. Now it's just left to Jamie in the far northwest of the map. What a disaster. A disaster for the unit. This is definitely going to be Dead Logic 3rd point here, and I'm fully expecting them to take Bazaar now. The practice they've done in between the off-season and the start of the season has paid off in large, I see. Well, Jamie left all alone. You can see Miyagi was just finished off by Kier there. Absolutely no revives possible now. And now all Dead Logic needs to do is to just tighten up the ship, get on objective, and Jamie is just going to have to rush it basically. Because there's no one to back him up. There's no way he can really get a comfortable pick. Because they have plenty of members to cover every angle that you can cap from on the objective. So it's not looking good for the unit at all. This is definitely not their round. This is definitely not their map as a whole, I think. They may be struggling on it quite dramatically in previous series, previous matches as well. There are some disconnect on the side of the unit as well. Bob also peeking around the corner. Jamie, he must have made some noise. Well, he definitely made some noise approaching. He ran at a full sprint, and Ballistic Bob is being very aggressive, pushing up with the LMG. Jamie's going to spot him. He's too short. He doesn't spot him, but there, Ballistic Bob stands up and he takes him down. And now he's looking for the other 2 remaining members of Dead Logic. This could be a clutch for the unit. If it is, I'd be in disbelief. He still has plenty of time, 2 minutes 20. He could rotate to the other side of the map if he so wishes. Jamie, I think he was repeating the code to himself there. Maybe some like kind of good luck mantra. Making a lot of footsteps, and Keir would have heard him. He's just a few meters to its right hand side. The smoke coming out definitely giving away his position. Minute 40, he's going to come in from the north. That is the correct choice here. A little bit spooked by something in the center. Far north, Kaiser is going to be the one to stop Jamie in the correct position, but if Jamie comes in from the eastern side of the Coyote building, it's bad news for Deadlogic. We could see a counter cap. I see Caltrop calling a revenge cap in the chat. He's very much correct. 60 seconds left. Jamie having seemingly a clear line for the objective. He can walk straight through this side of the building, straight onto the... No, Kaiser. Kaiser's rotated around. The perfect rotate. Gone from the other side of the building into here. He's going to be the one to stop Jamie here. Jamie doesn't seem aware there could be someone just here, but Kaiser has his back turned. He goes into the other room. He's abandoned this side of the objective. This is where he can get the cap. He can get the cap here with 35 seconds remaining. Tablet is out. Kaiser has no idea. Keir has no idea. The revenge cap is coming out from Jamie. There it is in 3 seconds flat. He's got it. The unit tie it up 2-2. Absolutely no messing about from the unit here. Not even a celebration from Jamie. He's totally silent. He's happy. The rest of the unit is very happy. I want to go into their spawn once the round starts and just see the happiness coming out from there. They're going to be feeling a lot better after that, for certain. Unbelievable. The counter cap. The counter cap. When they could have had that locked down perfectly. I can't believe it. I cannot believe they got the counter cap. I want to bring up a replay. Just look at that again. There we go. Just look at that. Walking straight in. Capping. 3 seconds flat. Done. Goes upstairs. Has a sit down. He's done. His work here is complete. Absolutely no need to do anything else. Unbelievable. I'm very interested to see what we may have coming in the following rounds. Because now it could still go either way. Deadlogic could take this. The unit could take this. Who knows? I think it could be the unit. Now that they got that counter cap, they have the momentum. They're on the vault ground. Both of them, though, can't afford to make a mistake. Whoever wins here still has to win another round. Third round here. Jamie's happy. There you go. They're laughing from Jamie. They're happy about it. And they have the eastern objective to defend as well. That's the solid one. And not a great spawn for Deadlogic either. They cannot do a quick rush in here. You have to opt for a slightly more methodical and slow approach.
Just everyone.
Moving quite coordinated here. They have already been spotted on the north side. Some shots from the LMG coming out from who's out there. It's Jamie, of course, inside the window, exposing his head. Quite dangerous. I imagine Ballistic Bob will see that.
Really can't understand what you're doing.
Communications issues on Deadlogic here, though it's not going to stop Jamie from taking down Keir. He is resible, but judging by Deadlogic's previous track record for revives, I don't think they're going to go for this. Was just finished off, so definitely no revive possible now. Stacking up pretty dangerous on the north alley here as well. They're going to have to back off a little bit. You can't put 2 people in here, or else Jamie's just going to rail you. See anything on that south side or on the north side, but Neos is moving through the center of the south market. He's going to be the main driving force here, but he's too separated from his team. Nick picks him up. Oh dear. It's definitely not looking like Dead Logic's round. They will have to take the next round after this if they cannot get this one. I do not expect a cap here. If there's another cap here, a counter cap, I'm done. I would be in total disbelief. Tracking issues from Ballistic Bob. That's a classic Vive issue here. The shots, somehow he saw him through the wood there. A very nice pick there to get onto Nick. That's a slightly more opened up center of the map. There is still Jamie on the far north and Moxham being the main threat. Something grenade as well that went onto the balcony. Pretty aggressive moving about here. Moxham is looting off his friend here. The smoke landing perfectly on Moxham. That's going to give him the cover to escape though if he wants to. But Angel and Kaiser are both moving up close to his position. Angel especially. Going to be holding the angle, but Miyagi's going to see Angel and take him down. And now that's kind of opened up the center of the map for the unit to push through and do a counter push if they so desire. I don't really see it happening, but it would be a good thing to kind of box Kaiser and Ballistic all the way up in the Coyote building. Approach from Ballistic Bob. He has all of the time in the world. Needs to link up with his friend Kaiser. If he links up with his friend, he could do a pincer attack from the north and the west side of the objective at the same time. Moxham goes down. That's a vital pick. He was the main threat. He's the guy that got the triple nade and also the shots onto... Well, not the shots onto another member at the very start. Not Keir, somebody else. It was somebody important that he could really do with right now. But Jamie's going to be looking for the revive. Ballistic could get a double kill here. If Jamie makes any noise with Moxham, he knows they're in there. He needs to stand up and get the double kill. He sees Jamie miss the shots. He doesn't know Moxham's in there. He doesn't know Moxham in the corner. He goes for Jamie, takes down Jamie. Kaiser goes down. He takes down Moxham as well. Now we're into a 1v2. Jamie is resball. Not for long though. I imagine Ballistic really wants him dead. Ballistic doesn't realize he's the last one left. Jamie gets finished off by Ballistic. Sideways, just behind the pallets. That's a good position. He's in a bad way. Ballistic Bob is in danger. There's danger around every corner as Low Miyagi is looking for him on the flank. He's moving in. Sideways gets seen. Sideways goes down. Ballistic could go for the counter cap here, but I don't think he will. Low Miyagi's collapsing in fast. Coming along. The shots get missed. The shots come out. It's a trade between the two, and it goes to Dead Logic. Dead Logic are going to be the ones that take that round. They pull ahead, but the skin of their teeth. Such a close round there. The picks were fantastic that round. Unbelievable. And that trade, incredibly lucky. Incredibly lucky. Oh. Now we're going to a vital round here. It appears that the unit has some connection issues again. But this round is so important for Dead Logic. If they take this, then the unit are going to be scared going into the next map, whatever it may be. But if the unit can make a comeback, I think it's over for Dead Logic morally, and it is definitely over for them in terms of the match. We'll continue to play that third map for the MMR, in case you did not realise, or did not know. If you're new to the league. Yes, Button. It was a very quick cap indeed. Yes, the member of the unit has returned, and we should hopefully be hopping in quite shortly. The unit is quite a coordinated team for keeping things in the lobby, keeping things running smoothly. It's always very nice to see. Man, this is a much better match than I was initially expecting. The caps, the snapshots and the lucky trades. This is not what I expected coming out from a new team to the league here. I think Deadlogic are going to be a big mid-range threat in the EU division here. Pretty certain of that, though they did have a troubling performance on Suburbia. They've very much redeemed themselves on Bazaar. Once they tighten up their defense, get a little bit more practice in, get your coordination and your communication fully up, as I've said in the past, they're going to be a big issue for any teams in the middle of the EU division. Fourth round and possibly the final round for Deadlogic here.
Who's going the tunnel on the left? Or
What matters for them.
I'm gonna come down, mate. We can do this.
I can do that.
Yep.
I can do that.
Okay, who's going on the stairs? Neo, you on the stairs?
I won't be on the stairs. Get both on the stairs.
They're hyping themselves up.
Take it slow, don't rush it. They're going to be expecting you coming from that city main bazaar.
Me calling out to play it slow, that they're going to be expecting it. Sound like they have some experience playing against Deadlogic, and maybe some scrims would make sense. Steady arms. Arsenic levels of steady arms on Lone Miyagi here. He is not moving an inch, watching down the far east side of the map, looking for anyone that might get too aggressive and peek out. I don't think we'll be seeing any of that, and this defense from Deadlogic is very tight. Only one guy in the northeast of the map. This is a pretty solid defense. Despite what the map says, there are still 5 members of the unit up. If we just take a look here, it's Sideways, somebody else going up on the map for some reason. Disconnections, they cause issues sometimes with the map, but they are very much alive and well somewhere, perhaps on the northwest of the map. Maybe it's just Nick. Yes, it is. Moving through that center west. And what is this position? What is this position from Kier here? I've never seen someone play this. Sitting just on the corner of the wall. Basically impossible to see or shoot. Really jammed himself in here, and he's going to probably take down Sideways if he gets aggressive and starts peeking out here. And he has a relatively quick rotation to the objective through this north center passageway, or the northeast passageway. But everybody's taking this slow. The unit doesn't want to make too many mistakes by going fast. And Deadlogic, they don't want to make any mistakes because they just need to wrap this round up nice and easy. Don't do anything dangerous, and boom. They've won this map, and we'll be going on to the third one for the victor. Here's the first confrontation, maybe with Kaiser and Moxham. They appear to be the ones that are right next to each other. Moxham is making a little bit of noise that has ticked off Kaiser. Are both hunting for each other. There is always somebody inside this blue room. Moxham knows to be careful, and after putting his gun away, Kaiser definitely knows he's on the outside too. Out. Most long range that will block the vision from Kier if he decides to come out and look towards the eastern side. That's solid. Can be rushing in. He's trying to deal with Kaiser. Gets taken down immediately, and also Sideways takes down Kier on the far northeast side of the map as well. Not yet finished him off, but Angel is going to be looking for whoever that is on the north there. Sideways, that's it. Started to just flick back. This is the coordination coming out from the unit here. Nick takes down Ballistic Bob. We're into a 3v4. One revive possible for Deadlogic, though very unlikely. Kaiser might accidentally tinker on Neox here. Neox is on the scaffolding. That is utterly mad. This is definitely looking like a team kill. What is Neox doing? He just gets shot in the back instead by Lone Miyagi. A very concerning move there, and a very aggressive one as well. That could be indicative of future things we may see coming in the third map. Guys, Angel's looking for sideways. Not going to see him. He's behind the wall. Here is calling it out, though. And Jamie's moving up the far east. He's going to get finished off, and it's going to be bad news for Dead Logic. This is looking like it's going to go to a 3-3. Hear the breathing from Angel. He's definitely very scared. Nick is on the objective right now. He's going to be going for a cap. This could be ending it very early. He's going to get the cap right here. Nobody on Dead Logic can contest that. And boom, there they go. Ending that map. No one on Dead Logic realizing until it's far, far too late. And the unit do wrap up Bazaar nice and smooth. Taking that map, taking the series. And we'll be going on to the third map. Only for MMR and not for the Victor. That's a hell of a comeback for the unit. A hell of a comeback. So that was 3 caps. 3 caps during Bazaar. That is utterly absurd. I'm going to write that down right now. 3 caps. There you go. 3 caps. You had the cap from Dead Logic at the start from Neox. Then you had the Revenge cap from Jamie. And then again, you just had Nick cap on the Eastern objective there. They're going to calm down with all these caps, or the gaming noob Force Heart will not survive this. Oh, I'm gonna take that heart away. I'm gonna take a look at another replay. That's a replay from the grenade. One it is. This one. It's a little bit of a build up to it, but God's just getting traded. There it is, the beautiful triple. Ah, I love it. I love my good nades. Anyone that's ever watched one of my casts ever knows that I love my good dead-on triple nades. Any good nades in general, really. Seeing the arc is very satisfying. Alright, of course, while we are here, we can introduce what the third map is going to be. So heading to the War Room. Of course, the bans were Downfall from Dead Logic and Subway from the unit. But for the third map, we're going to see, arguably, the one that I didn't expect, Quarantine. I thought we'd see the smaller cargo. It was very much still in play. But the unit have opted for the larger Quarantine instead. Possibly because Dead Logic are not comfortable on the larger maps, and Quarantine is a larger map. Or maybe they just feel like playing some Quarantine. Who knows? Maybe they're not feeling comfortable on cargo. Who knows? We'll just have to see how they will kind of play out the following rounds on this map. They do appear to be quite ready. They're rearing to go into this following round. And with these following rounds starting up very shortly, we can take a look at what kind of objective we will be seeing to start off this map of Suburbia. This map of Quarantine. Mixing up my Q's and my S's there. So we head in here, we can take a look, and it's going to be that Eastern objective, the Eastern 2-3-1, a pretty solid one for Dead Logic to start off with. Probably the hardest objective to attack on Quarantine in my opinion. It's, as if you don't take control of the South, you lose basically. And if you lose control of the South, you lose.
I don't know.
Rough. And the drone from Jamie.
What do you want to stay here and see if we can catch a cross? I'm going to rush.
That's an interesting move. The drone. Taking the drone on Quarantine, pretty common, but that means he has to use the M16 with the silencer and the 4 times. And the 4 times are notoriously questionable. Running out on the open with no smokes on the South doesn't work out. Key gets headshot by Moxham. That is an early pick that they cannot allow to happen. This is looking already like the unit are going to take this nice and smooth. Losing the south is, as I said, very bad. If you lose the south, you lose the game, basically.
Kaiser, keep an eye on that road for me, just so I don't get picked off from it.
Unit are opting for the northern attack here. Now, the northern attack, it doesn't work out too well very often. Because of the motel window where Kaiser currently is, you can look out there, you have the cover, you have the concealment. It's very difficult to kill someone in there. And unless you have a huge amount of suppressive fire, it almost always just ends with you getting shot in this open bit. Because it takes 3 smokes across there. Ballistic Bob picks up Moxum on the south through the smoke, a very solid shot. And wasting the smokes as well, they can no longer capitalize off of those.
Good job.
Smokes coming out from the north, that is going to alert Kaiser Swords of their position. Nick's going to be crossing here. Kaiser Swords has no idea, though he is just spraying wildly into the smoke, the 4-smoke cross. It's like the 3-wolf moon. He's not going to get any picks, and that's going to allow the 2 to get into the northeast, where they can now assault the defensive Deadlogic from behind. Though Kaiser does have the good position, and Neox has the even better position. He picks up Miyagi and Nick both as they come around that corner with 4 minutes remaining. The unit are just collapsing. And Jamie's flying a drone. Where is this drone? I can hear it. There it is. There's the drone. I'm the master of finding drones, and it's spotted Neox up in the southwest there. Southeast, rather. Going to be spotting the guys on the objective as well. He knows Ballistic and Angel are both there. And he's parking it right there for the noise cover. Always a good move. And Jamie's looking for Neox. He may be able to get him with a 4 times. He does see him around the corner, misses the shots. Neox gets away just by the skin of his teeth.
Oh no, I missed.
Indeed, missed Jamie. Possibly he can avenge himself. The drone going back into the air. There it goes. He's looking for Neox. He really wants the information on him. And it's solid information too. He knows now that he's on this corner of the building.
The other one's presumably by plane one.
Neox, getting angered by the drone, decides to try and shoot at it. Fails. It has rested on top of the roof, I think. Oh, it survived. It's out of there. We're just getting more suppressive fire. They're taking this very slowly on the unit. They have plenty of time. The returning fire coming from Deadlogic onto sideways. He's got to be scared. He can't afford to peek that roof again. Oh. And with Neox moving and repositioning on the south as well, that's going to allow Jamie to move up a little bit more. And he's looking for the shot on sight of the objective. Oh, but Neox is peeking out. He doesn't see it. Jamie's in big trouble. Neox is going to peek out and take him down just in the corner of his eye. There goes Jamie. Neox taking him down. A very nice rotation from Neox. His rotations have been absolutely on point for the past 2 maps here. Sideways, exasperated by the past 4.5 minutes, has decided to rush straight for the objective with 1 minute 30 remaining. He has his 1 smoke, he has his trusty SA-80, but is it going to be enough? I can't imagine it will be. A very good distractory smoke there. That's going to put pretty much all eyes on looking up towards that northeast side. And Neox is stealing the smokes and the gun from Jamie. Yeah, Sideways has gotten very far here without anyone realizing. And with Neox moving around for the flank on the center burning, he has free reign as long as Kaiser Sods doesn't look into the street. to move quickly. He has 40 seconds remaining. Keeps a solid. It's looking into the street. The shot's ring out, and there goes sideways. Actually taken out by Ballistic Bob from the center east far east 2-story. And Deadlogic are taking that round, the first round of quarantine. A good objective for them, and I really thought they'd lose that after they lost their guy crossing in the south, but no. Neil's just dominated. He's been doing serious work. He's the MVP of Deadlogic here, and arguably the MVP of the entire game, though Moxham has also been doing very well. Now, considering what we saw in the previous round, with Deadlogic losing their guy in the south and the offense from the unit coming from the north, I'm interested to see what kind of tactics we'll see from Deadlogic. Will they try and opt for a copy of the unit and go for a north attack with the nice smokes in the northeast, though it did totally fall apart with Neox? Or are they going to try for the south, the standard stuff, coming from center and south at the same time with the smokes? That's a very solid plan. It pretty much always works out. However, you do have to be incredibly careful of anyone that did manage to successfully get to the south. If they successfully get to the south, it's basically over. Because they basically need a sniper or some very lucky shots. Because if they're in the office block in the far southeast of the map, we take a look at the gameplay here. If they're in this office block here, or if they're in the hills just to the left-hand side, it is absolutely fantastic cover. And it makes it near impossible to take anyone down, since they have the massive cover advantage, they have the height advantage. Bad times for all involved. Well, all of the Marstock involved.
I do smoke, don't worry.
Second round, however. Smokes are coming out. They are seemingly solid smokes from the unit. One going a little bit too far, but the other two are okay, it seems. There's a little bit of a gap in the middle, but it's the wrong spawn for Deadlogic to actually take down anyone crossing. Was a little bit of suppressive fire on the north, though. It has seemingly had no effect. A very slow cross from Miyagi. What is he doing? A very slow cross, though. He gets away with it somehow. That was questionable to cross that late in the game, crossing at 5:30. Very risky, but there's one guy way up in the South Hills, could get two, takes down Bob. It's Moxham, of course, the ace of the unit, so they possibly might have to contend for that title with Jamie. He's the one that got the cap. Well, the important cap anyway. Kaiser's going to be looking for Angel, goes down just behind Kaiser. It's all falling apart on the south side. This is why the south is such an important position for the opposing team, the Volk side, to get. The cover and the height is so important. And Nick at the center tank is also just going to be able to box them in. I think it's all over for Deadlogic on this round.
Coming in through your smoke, Jamie.
Very nice long range call out from Moxham there. Saw one guy moving through the smoke on the far north, that being Neox, the big threat on Deadlogic. Also suppressive fire coming out from Jamie there. The south push is kind of just stopped in its tracks as well, though Moxham might be able to try and peek it. Maybe he's going to try and push out. The smoke is obscuring his vision, however. Smokes have expired, but the rest of Deadlogic members have not. Continuing to move around the ambulance area, and if Jamie can catch the guy, Neox, moving along the far north side, that's going to allow the entirety of the unit's defense, who are still 5 men strong, to totally refocus on the south and on the ambulance. Here is desperately suppressing with his 4 times on the north, or rather on the south. No effect. He sees the head, tries to do some more direct fire towards him, and Nick picks off Kaiser on the ambulance. And it's not good anymore. He's the last one left in the south. His other teammates way in the north. Jamie takes down Neox and Kier goes down at the same time. And it's all over for Dead Logic on that round. Moxam, the devastating force along with Nick there, locking down the south completely. The 2K moving into the 3K and then finishing up that final go in the south. Utterly devastating. I've said it many times at this point in the match. Utterly devastating because it's true. Devastating performance from both sides at different points in the matches, really. Oh, now we can see what this next objective is. That ambulance objective. With the unit on the offense, I have some memories. They're stored somewhere deep in my brain. And the memories are saying that unit have some pretty dirty tactics on this objective. I think they're going to have to be pretty careful on Dead Logic here. Moving into the gameplay for this third round now. This objective always scares me. It always scares me quite deeply, and it's a north spawn as well for the unit. That is solid. Spawn gates have released, but nobody's going for the pre-fire. Interesting, most teams will opt for the pre-fire on the kind of a hill there, but no one on the unit has opted for that. Lomniaki is doing it now, but he's far too late to actually see anybody. Price of fire already coming out onto the roof. Angel goes down, gets too aggressive, moving along the south side. A member of Dead Logic actually going way to the southeast. A very interesting move there, and with one member, Neox, on the center burning. He's going to be the one that can stop the member in the far west. Most likely not going to expect this position at all. Jamie should know there's going to be probably someone maybe in the center burning, but he won't expect him to be in this kind of corner. Most people on this objective will take the inside of the building or on this kind of ruins area instead, but never on this side. But Neox has let him go past. He wasn't looking at the right time. He looked at his tablet and then turned around. The shot's distracting him perfectly. Well, there seems little contention on the unit here between the two teams. They're all just sitting in their position. They're waiting for a pick that they can get. Nick is looking underneath the burnt out APC, a very solid position for taking out anyone at burning, though there's no one on that side. And what is Neox doing? He's being so aggressive again. This is again, we're seeing such an aggressive maneuver from Neox, moving up onto the wing. He's going to see sideways. He's going to take down sideways.
Hey, Marcel.
The taunting into the kill, Neox. He's totally fearless. Kier also goes down from Moxham on the far southeast. Now, Neox is looking for Nick. He wants to take out his fellow friends, well, his fellow enemy friends. And there goes, sees him behind the APC, takes him down. He's just lining up the shots. He doesn't care. He's playing like pants here. He's totally fearless, moving through the enemy team's offense here. This is beautiful to see. Utterly disgusting. Now the disconnect from the unit, hopefully not too bad of a technical difficulty. Maybe Nick having some issues. But Moxham left, the only man left on the far east side. Gonna get taken down by Neox again. Just wreaking havoc. He's got a 3 kill now. And now he's looking for the 2 remaining members. Jamie did get revived. There goes Ballistic Bob. Taking down the south, though he is calling out the information. He's still alive. Only down and calling it out. Fighting formation, knowing that there's a guy in the south. Lomiyaki's going to be the one looking for Neox here. He's very scared by the fact that a guy on Volk rushed the team and took down 3 members. Though Jamie's taking down Kaiser as well. He's in the south of the objective. This is not good. Neox needs to get back in now. There's going to be a cap. 3 points to 1. That is not what they need. Ballistic is definitely calling this out. Tablet in hand, Neox, he's moving in. He's moving in as quickly as he possibly can. Here he goes. He sees the smokes popping. He's going to be looking down this kind of alleyway here. But Jamie's already on the objective and capping. And he's going to cap. 3-second cap again. Very smooth, very quick. The rotation, it worked out so well. But in the end, it didn't even matter. Very disappointing. But a fantastic move from Jamie and Neox there. This is going to be an exciting, possibly final round here, but I think Deadlogic are going to try for another round, another 2 rounds maybe. Unbelievable. You know, when I signed up for this match, seeing that it was a brand new team playing in the league, I thought it would be kind of almost a one-sided match from the unit. They have the experience, they're a solid team. They've beat Lemon Squad in past, and Lemon Squad have gone to LAN events. But Deadlogic, they do not care. Deadlogic do not care in any scenario. They... I can't believe it. If Neox can get together with his team, get some more experience in the league, and train up some more, get the communication more solid, they will be such a devastating force in future. Just Bizarre alone, and what we've seen from Neox himself, it's unbelievable. Moving in now to this possibly final round of the final map, Quarantine, moving into the 4th one to be exact. Most coming up from the unit already. Here they go, moving out the spawn gate to release. It's the northeast spawn, a bad one for Deadlogic. Very, very bad one indeed. Interesting smoke from Sideways. Is Sideways going to move to tank? Or is that just to block the view from anyone that might be on roof? There they go, but the cross is there, most likely going to get spotted and demolished by Sideways here. He has the perfect angle. Kira and Ballistic Bob, they're walking into their own demise here unless they get the smokes off. They've got to be good smokes, but Ballistic Bob gets taken down, almost Kira as well by Moxham. The long range move on the far southeast, a very good one. His moves definitely working out well, just as well as Neox's. And there goes Kira taken down as well. 2 early picks from the unit. It's looking like their match here. Sideways also just cleaning up on that far objective side. Firming nades, a little bit of tunnel visioning coming out from the unit here. They're all really focused on the far east side, allowing the rest of the logic to kind of freely move as they please. Nox is looking for Moxham. If he can take down Moxham, he can continue to push through the southeast, and that would be devastating, to say it for the billionth time this cast. If he can get to the southeast, it's game over for the unit, I think. You can see Kiza did just go down by the centre of the map, just by the tank. That's not ideal, but there is still another member of Deadlogic, including Neox. Seems Moxham's backing off. That's the correct move. There's no point to him staying that far from objective anymore after they've already taken down 3 members. They can just kind of sit back near the objective. But Moxham almost got picked off there. Neox has an incredibly keen eye, but the shots are coming out from the opposing sides, being seen from both the tank and also the far south at the same time. And also the roof, it seems. A member of the unit has somehow gone way past the offense of Deadlogic. But that's going to allow him to slip through. That is a big, big issue for the unit. It's Angel. It's Angel. Sergeant Angel of Deadlogic is moving through the southwest of the map, and it could get behind the entire defense of the unit. It could kill potentially 2 or 3 people here. This, I'm in shock. If he pulls this off as another clutch, I don't even know what I'm going to say. Another clutch would be utterly ridiculous in the current stage of this match. Looking for the guy in the centre. Whoever that is there, that's Nick on the centre burning. His tablet out, he knows how much time's left. They have 3 minutes, it's so long. They can do whatever they want here, but he's spotted by burning. He's spotted by the roof, actually. He goes down, Nick team kills Jamie at the same time. Thought it was friendly. He thought it was an enemy on the far north. Unfortunately not.
There's one coming in the south, by the plane wing.
Nick's going for that revive. Neox kind of needs to exploit the death of his friend, though. Getting picked up by Nick. He was very apologetic, I'm sure. Going through the tank now with 2 minutes 15. His options are very limited, judging by his current position and the positioning of the enemies. And he's getting spotted from behind, and there goes Neox. That is the unit's map. Cleaning that up, but it shows that Deadlogic will be a big force in the weeks to come in Season 7. There are the final scores. Moxham going 7-2 and Neox going 6-2. Utterly devastating. Jamie 2, 5-1. Fantastic plays coming out from both teams during this match. I don't think any of them are going to be particularly unhappy with how that match turned out. Deadlogic, they're going to know that they are already a pretty dangerous force just on Bazaar. They're going to know that's maybe one of their favourite maps. And then on the unit side, they're going to know that they've got this information. On Deadlogic, they've got the kind of the experience against his rushes, or Neox's rushes, as he rushes through the offense as Volk. They're going to be looking out for that now, and they're going to be slightly more warmed up in case it happens again in future. But man, a fantastic series there, and while we are just here, we can wrap up by looking at a few of the replays from the earlier rounds. Here we go. In case you didn't realize, the final score was 12-5. Take a look again, just that beautiful nade on the first round rather of Bazaar. That was the second map. It went 4-3 to the unit. It was a very close one. Look at that, beautiful, utterly beautiful, gorgeous. I love it. I absolutely love it. This one not the cat. This one probably was. Yeah, this one from Neox. Just moving straight through. Nick has no idea. Absolutely no idea. You can see all the holes in the unit's defense. Nobody has any eyes on the eastern or on the western side of this objective. Go gets a tablet. Nick doesn't realize, he doesn't hear the click of the tablet. Nice 5-second flat cap. Boom. Definitely happy with that. And then you have the follow-up on the second round, or on the second round after that. Jamie walks straight through again, exploiting a similar problem. Gets the revenge cap immediately, and we go into the next round after that, where Ballistic Bob is desperately trying to get the kills. He definitely wants to bring this to a 3-2, but Lomiag, he runs around, he misses the shot. It's a trade between the two, and it is Deadlogic that get the very lucky trade. Very lucky that it went to their favor. Absolutely amazing. And after that, you can see Nick get that beautiful cap as well, just finishing that Bazaar map off. Utterly gorgeous. Is there anything else? Let's take a look. Oh yes, of course, Neox's rush straight through the objective, straight through the offense of the unit, and this beautiful taunt, utterly beautiful taunt. Moving up onto the wing, he's going to see sideways. He's going to take down sideways.
Hey, Marcel.
It doesn't get better than that, I don't think. Just for taunting enemy players on the roof. They didn't hear him, unfortunately, but it was very entertaining nevertheless. I feel like we have another Verds, another Pants, just someone that can taunt the enemy team. I love it. But that is going to be it for this series. It's been very nice having all of you join us in the chat here, watching this match. And we will have more matches coming up later today. If we take a look at the VR Master League website, that's vrmasterleague.com/onward/matches. We do have Animal House versus Stone Cold Killers, or is that tomorrow? That's tomorrow. The next match is tomorrow, Animal House versus Stone Cold Killers. That'll be with Sleepy. That's at 11 PM GMT. And then on the same night at Monday, 1 AM GMT, Riot versus the Hand of Death. That's Nightfire and me. And after that, we have another one, yet again, with the duo Steven and Silent. That's Cold Steel Space Force at 2 AM. Need more information on your specific time zone? You can go to the VR Master League site, click on matches, boom. Got the information. Anyway, thank you for joining us. That has been the unit versus Deadlogic. Almost got the name. Goodbye.